HighSpeedJim here, and I've gotten some questions about some of the camera gear that I use for filming my vlog. So I thought I'd kind of run through all my gear. I guess main thing I'll start with is the camera. This is a Hero 4 Black edition, and I'm filming with my Hero Silver right now. And I've got the silver actually linked to my iPad, just so I can kind of see what I'm doing, make sure everything's in frame. Typically when I'm filming, I have the Removu R1 that I have mounted. I mount it on the handlebars, and it allows me to make sure that the camera is level, and I can tell if I'm filming or not. Right now it's got a blue light on it, and that means it's ready to go. It's connected. Let's see. Yeah, it's not real clear, but you can see, I'm moving the camera around, and I can just hit this button up here, and then I record. So it's a real good way to make sure that I'm recording rather than having to lean over and try and look in the mirror, see if the camera's flashing or not. I can just look down on my handlebars. You can change the settings on the camera, but I can't do that while I'm riding, so I have to be stopped. So I've got the two GoPros that I use. Usually I'll use the black edition for just the normal videos, and then if I'm walking around or if I want to do a time lapse, I'll use the other camera. And then for my sound, I've got the Sena 20S that records the sound, and I have the microphone mounted in my helmet, and this clips on. It's an intercom, so I could talk with other people, but I mainly got it to record sound from my videos. And I've also got a Zoom H1 for recording some sound, and I'm still working on that. It's a work in progress. It's really good at picking up sound, and you get everything. You get the wind, all that. And then I have a little lavalier microphone. It sounds okay up in the helmet, but then you've got a wire running, and I don't know, this Sena is much more convenient. I've got some spare batteries, and then I've got a battery bank. Actually, I've got two battery banks. This is a bigger one that I had, and if I'm doing a long time lapse, or if I'm going to be riding and I just want to have the camera running or powered on, I can use one of the battery banks. And the latest thing that I've been playing with is this 3D camera, or 360 camera. It's got two lenses on it, and it shoots full 360 video. It's really cool. When you're riding, it's got a microphone built into the top, so all it picks up is the wind noise. It's terrible from that aspect, but which is the reason I'm playing with the H1. Then I've got all kinds of mounts. I've got mounts that I mount on my helmet, clip on. I can hold the camera in a frame or in a waterproof housing if I think it's going to rain. And I've got two of those. I have two helmets. I've got a couple of little tripods. This one you can wrap around stuff, and then the other one is just a standard tripod. And then of course I've got the ever-present selfie stick. I'll extend that sometimes when I'm riding. and I can hold it out off the bike, and it works out pretty good. Gives you another angle. And then for charging all this stuff, I've got an Anchor 10 USB charger, and I only have, I got 5 cables plugged into it right now, but I can charge 10 things at once. So when I'm charging the camera and the Cena, for instance, you got to charge the camera, you got to charge the Cena, and you got to charge the part that mounts on the helmet. So that takes three right there. And then my Removu, is another one. The other camera that I'm filming with is, an additional charging point. And then if I want to have my batteries charged, that's an additional one. If I charge these banks, so it adds up pretty quick. This is kind of my setup right now that I'm using. It works out well for me. It's a fair amount of stuff to carry, but it works out. So on the bike, I strap the Removu R1 onto the handlebars, and it's got a little Velcro strap, and I have a little loop tied on there so it doesn't slide around. And then I have one of those Ramex holders that I hold my phone, and I can actually control my 360 camera, or I could control the GoPros, but for the GoPros I normally use the Removu. So that works out really well for me. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'll have links in the section below, for all this gear. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button, and thank you. Stop filming.